Na nog skynbaar politieke sluipmoorde het die ANC se top 6 maandag met provinsiale leiers in KwaZulu-Natal ontmoet. President Cyril Ramaphosa sê die kwessie geniet nou die direkte aandag van die kabinet. Clive Ndou, die politieke redakteur van die KwaZulu-Natal se dagblad The Witness, sluit nou by my aan. Clive, welcome to the show.
Thanks a lot, and thanks to the viewers as well, and the viewers at home.
Yeah, we want something from you, right? Some explanations what's going on in your province. So just in the last week or 10 days, 3 murders, which the ANC says are political murders. 1 IFP, Sibuyiselo Dlamini, and 2 ANC councillor and activist all mowed down. Is this political?
Look, that's a very difficult one to answer. You can't be definite and say it's political. There are lots of factors at play when it comes to particularly KwaZulu-Natal. For instance, the one aspect of it has to do with the issue of access to resources. So that's a separate layer, which has a lot to do with government opportunities such as jobs, where people who are viewed as stumbling block to these opportunities at times become eliminated. And there is also the political stuff, where you find that within a political party itself, people are just fighting for positions. This normally happens during this season of the year where people are heading for a provincial conference.
Yes, but remember, I mean, viewers remember times of hectic political violence in KZN in the early 90s. Now, Pule Mabe, the ANC spokesperson, he's referring, Clive, to systematic elimination of political leaders in the province. It makes it sound as if he believes the ANC is the target here. Is the ANC in any way the target, or is some of the ANC deaths by other ANC people who want jobs?
The answer is yes and no. There is this element of interpolitical violence.
Between the parties?
Yes, between the parties, where you find that, for example, KZN has this history of no-go areas. And when a rival political party tries to make inroads and penetration in that particular area, which the dominant party might regard as its own preserve, then there are usually these, the retaliation is always violence. And then you get the intra-political one.
Inside the
party, where you find that, as I said, it normally takes place at times towards the conferences, where people differ in terms of candidates who should be put in certain positions, who should be, like at branch general meetings, who should represent the branch at the conference itself. Those are voting delegates. So all those differences, you find that normally there are these kind of incidents that you refer to.
Clive, so to bring our viewers into the picture of the conference that you're referring to, the ANC must elect by the end of this month, is that correct? An entirely new KZN provincial leadership, the Provincial Executive Committee, the PEC. Is this contestation for positions at this PEC election, is this linked to this bigger fight between the Cyril Ramaphosa grouping in the province and the Jacob Zuma, Sihle Zikalala grouping in the province?
Well, when you talk about the upcoming conference, there is no doubt that the contest is between these two main factions, which is the Jacob Zuma supporters. Those are the people who supported Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma during the build-up to the Nazareth conference. And on the other hand, you also have the Ramaphosa people who belong to the same grouping as the KwaZulu-Natal former premier, Senzo Mchunu. So there's no doubt that the contest is between these two. But in terms of the violence that we have observed so far, like in many other previous incidents in the province, where police never make any breakthroughs, it is quite difficult to tell whether are they related to this upcoming conference, or these are issues that have, because some of these people, they work like they are counselors. Whether are they issues that have to do with the municipality where they work, issues of tenders, because we also have a big problem where you find that public representative like councillors, even though the law does not allow them, they get very much involved in the issue of tenders, who should get tenders. We see a lot of favoritism. The issue of patronage, it's a very big issue, where you dish out tenders to certain people in order to buy vote during like provincial conferences like the one that's coming.
Clive, you are a political editor of a prominent newspaper in the province. Are you free as a journalist to move everywhere in the province in search of stories and answers to these very pressing questions? Can you go where you want?
Ever since I started reporting politics, it's been a while back, I know of certain of incidents where some reporters have been attacked. But I must also state that those are isolated incidents. I can't say that there is a systematic attack or intimidation of journalists. Personally, I have been able to cover the kind of stories as I see them. There will be those who will respond with some kind of veiled intimidation. But that's where it ends. What they're actually trying to do, like any other politician, is to try to influence the reporter and get them to write positive stories about them. But to say that there are these no-go areas, it won't be 100% accurate.
Thank you, Clive, for shedding light on the KZN situation.
Thank you.
Dit is dan al wat vir Tyd het vanaand. Dankie vir die inskakel. Totsiens.